For people living with paralysis, hope can feel out of reach, but groundbreaking innovations in technology are helping people walk again. We'd like to welcome back our good friend Adam Gorlitsky, founder and executive director of I Got Legs. And you've joined us in the studio several times in the past, and you've shown us with the help of an exoskeleton what you're able to do. You've completed marathons. How many marathons have you completed now?
So with my exoskeleton, I've actually completed 90 total races.
Wow.
And but now most of those are 5Ks. As you can imagine, I walk a lot slower than your average able-bodied walker. So 5K usually takes a very long. But I've done about 3 marathons total.
That's
And
amazing.
and those marathons usually take 30 plus hours. So
It's-
I can only
But
do
you
one of
complete
them a year.
them. But you start and you
Yeah.
finish them, and that is what's
Yeah.
important. And I want to dive into some news that you got for us. You're working on something new with I Got Legs and an exoskeleton, but I want to talk about this research that I found so fascinating. Some Swiss researchers, they've come up with an implant or a series of implants that you can use your own thoughts to move your body. How familiar are you with this research?
I've been, as you can imagine, being, with I Got Legs, I'm very, I want to, yeah, I'm always researching like the next, cure for paralysis and research. So I actually met those researchers that were on that 60 Minutes piece. I guess it was like about 4 or 5 years ago now, at a spinal cord injury conference
Yeah.
in Louisville, Kentucky. And yeah, I was blown away. I mean, it's almost a cure for almost a cure for paralysis for
Yeah.
spinal cord injury. It's not quite a cure, but um, we're definitely taking the next or a huge steps forward
It's
toward that.
it's really amazing. And obviously the goal, as we talked about before we got started here, is to regrow the nerves and your own ability to walk again, that any of these outsourced third-party solutions are really just a Band-Aid.
Yeah, so with that what we're talking about right now for the viewers watching, it's essentially it's a brain and spinal cord injury implant. They put a brain implant, obviously your brain.
Hmm.
Another one, another implant that bridges the gap in your damaged spinal cord, and then through your thought power, you're able to regain, move your legs,
Incredible.
and it's incredible technology. It's like you said, it's more of a Band-Aid right now.
Yeah, yeah. And it
So I
takes training.
yeah,
It takes
yeah,
training both to train the device, but also yourself and how to kind of control
yeah.
the thoughts to get the outcome that you're seeking. Would you do something like this? Would you ever consider it?
So with the brain implant, okay, the brain implant, I wouldn't want to necessarily be the first, like the first 20 people to get that. You know what I'm
Sure.
saying? You want
Indeed.
to,
Fair enough.
you want to, I need a little more data.
You've done incredible stuff with your exoskeleton. So what's new? Tell us what's been going on with I Got Legs.
Yeah. So, for anybody that's watching right now, I, 19 years ago, I was driving back home from college, fell asleep at the wheel, broke my back, suffered a spinal cord injury. So for the past 19 years, I've been paralyzed with my belly button down. 9 years ago, I started using at Roper St. Francis down in Charleston, or here in Charleston, this thing called a Rewalk powered exoskeleton. It's a very expensive device. It allows me to stand up and walk.
Yes.
It's motors cost about $160,000. So with Clemson University, we are working on a new exoskeleton that's fully manual. So it essentially strips out all the fancy motors, batteries, computer
Oh,
software. So we're actually taking a much different approach with the exoskeleton. We're like stripping down the technology. And our goal with that is to obviously make it cheaper for not only people who are paralyzed to be able to pay for one of these things and actually
sure.
own their own, but rehabilitation clinics as well too. Because at 160 plus thousand
Oh,
dollars, these devices are obviously way too expensive for even rehab clinics to
Yeah,
afford.
you're wearing a fine car essentially. Uh,
Essentially, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So that's very exciting. How far off are we from completing this?
We're making really big strides actually. I've been working with the Clemson University bioengineering master's program,
Wow.
and we should have a second version prototype done by the end of this summer.
Oh, very exciting. Well, we will look forward to seeing more about that. And before we let you go, do you have any marathons coming up? What's next for you this summer and as we start heading back into fall again?
So no marathons, but my exoskeleton can actually climb stairs. My powered exoskeleton.
Great.
So my goal instead of marathons, I want to start doing NFL pro football stadiums. I think so.
Oh, wow.
So it's a little different than marathons, but it's a very unique and different challenge.
Taking it to the next level. Well, thank you so much for doing what you do on behalf of everybody who's found themselves in the same situation and for just not giving up. We just love talking to you, Adam. Thank you again
Thank
for
you.
joining us. Best of
Yeah,
luck this
thank you.
year. We're back in 2 minutes.